I challenge anybody in this world that has found work that he considers his life's purpose, and God doesn't bless it. I challenge you to come out and say that this is what I do.
Yes.
And you know when they say the lions will fall in
pleasant places, yes.
My goodness, if you
Have a
find
goodly
purpose,
heritage. That's it.
and you live intentionally following that purpose, God will bless it. It is such a it is not even a Christian principle alone.
Yeah. It's a life principle.
It's a life principle.
I love that. It's almost making me emotional. Because I tell you what, my life has been like that. Actually, I told you, I mentioned earlier, 10 years in banking, that was not my purpose. It brought me no joy, and I ended up just marking time, as they say. When I discovered my purpose, the day I started, everything was different. Doors that were always closed started to open. Things just seemed to align.
That's right.
Things just seemed to make sense.
God, you had found it. I walked away from government after 8 years, and people were like, how do you leave government?
Yeah.
And I'm like, how do you not leave government? And I'm so glad that I can make decisions like that will I would rather protect my mental health and my mental well-being, my well-being than struggle in a place. If I stay in a place where I struggle, like you said, that really hit me, I will be mediocre. And the thing that my worst nightmare is being mediocre in anything that I do. How can I not be outstanding in anything that I'm doing? Why are we doing it? Don't do it. If you cannot enjoy it, if it won't bring you peace, if it will not bring you happiness, why are you doing it?
Why do it? Man, that is so spot on. And I think on behalf of the entire country and Africa, we thank you for the choices that you've been making.
That's it.
Because, the joy that you have aimed to give us, you have.
Yeah.
You have
Effortlessly.
delivered, and that's just a wonderful life so far. And it's just starting. You're just warming up, right?
Yes, it is.
I love that.
If you are not calling it intentional living, what is it for you? I'm a spiritual man, so I tend to look at stuff also from spiritual dimension of things.
Yes.
So for me, it's just when you find purpose, then living becomes easy, or living becomes more intentional, so to speak. The minute I discovered that I wanted to be an actor, I set out to start training myself to achieve that. And so, for instance, post-youth service, after having had a degree in theater arts and served my youth service, I came to Lagos with the intention of becoming a working actor. And so what did I do? I said, just like great contemporaries or great actors in America did when they couldn't find work immediately, they waited on tables, they did all kinds of odd jobs. In Nigeria, what in Lagos, what was available for me to do? So I started looking for the odd jobs that I could do in between. For me, one of the odd jobs I wanted to do was to teach. I love to teach. I'm a teacher. So I said I would like to teach in a secondary school. 2 o'clock I close, and then I hustle for myself, be an actor for the rest of my life. And so that was what I was looking for, but that didn't happen because like the concentric circle that life is, I think it was Buhari that was head of state at the time.
His first time
in
around.
84.
Right.
And there was an embargo on employment. So with my 2-1 certificate from University of Benin, it didn't mean nothing. So I did find a teaching job as a part-time teacher in King's College here in Lagos, but it was a non-paying job, and I couldn't hold on to it. So I just kept doing that on the side, hustling as a part-time actor in all kinds of places, all the time looking for the big acting paid job that will establish me as an actor. So that is what I did, and that is what I have always done at different stages in my life, looking for things that will broaden my horizon, that will make me more eligible to be employed, in the communicative arts. Right. So being an actor is being a communicator, right? So what I do is to keep expanding my communicating skills around things that exist within the creative industry. So I'm a good master of ceremony, for instance. I'm a life coach. Because I know that property, intellectual property is something that is not tangible and all that. People tend to trample it a lot. When I desired to study law, that was the area of law that I went to study. And so today I approach my business, from point of view of a lawyer as well.
Right.
Always making sure that everything I do is within the area of communication, either by my body or by words, or so if you look at the trajectory of my life, everything that I've done is in the communicative sphere. Yes, I got an appointment to serve, position to serve in my state for 8 years, but again, I was blessed to have it be in culture and tourism, which again is, my original area of operation. So all the work I do, I intentionally, to use your phrase, stay within my area of comfort and my area of expertise, so that if acting doesn't work, I can pick chalk or anything and just walk into the classroom and start to teach. I can do that like now, this minute. I've always fancied myself as a retired teacher in a campus somewhere in Canada or something. So yeah, that's what I do. Maybe I should pause here and then.
Amazing. No, I think my biggest takeaway from what you've just said is action. Taking action. So it's one thing to have an intention to do something, but you cannot really make that intention work without action. Every decision that you made was rooted in taking action towards self-development.
Absolutely.
Right? Improving yourself, learning skills, understanding the craft that you were going into, broadening your horizons, as you said, right? Broadening your horizons, sorry. That's just wonderful. So that's a big takeaway for the listeners out there, all right? Action.